I always like to have a speaker for your celebration. And our speaker is Sister LaShonda J, who was in the second class. And she is one of the ones that truly believes that our food is our medicine and we can heal ourselves naturally. Now, I do believe in going to the doctor. If I'm in a car crash, I want some heavy meds in the emergency room. I do. But there are many things that we can do to our bodies, ourselves, to help heal ourselves. One of the things is be mindful of what we put in our bodies when we're eating. That was the reason behind us having a plant-based meal. Just so for those of us who've not had a meal without meat, just to see how that feels. Because there's some of us who have not had a meal, think that no meat, but you got a chance to experience it. So I hope that there were a lot of different seeds planted, and I hope that that was one of them. So in the future, try maybe just one day, one meal, one day. Give the body a break, because remember, your body is the garden, right? And we're going to treat it that way. And when people come into our lives acting crazy, there's a weed. Pull it up, throw it away. Yeah, I have to weed my garden every day. But it's so soothing, like, it's gotta go, we gotta go. It irritates me too, though. It's like, you still got weeds here. But I think one day when I'm rid of the weeds, maybe I'll be rid of all this other stuff. But always know that what's going on in your garden is what's going on with your body. So everybody should be growing at least one thing. Is it anybody in here who is not growing one thing? Not.
I got my mushrooms.
Well, y'all grew the mushroom. Y'all tried, all right? Okay. Well, keep trying. Well, sister here, she's gonna give us a celebration. I don't call it a speech. Testimony. A celebration testimony about the healing power of doing things in a natural way. Okay.
Good evening, sisters.
Good evening.
My name is LaShonda J, proud pharmacist from the Cohort 2 class. It's truly an honor to be here before you all to celebrate such a powerful group of women, the FarmaSis graduates. So I'm here today to give my testimony of something that just happened not too long ago. So I was just recently diagnosed with cysts in my breast, and it was a scare for me. And the first thing that came to mind, what is my options? What are my options? I had an idea because I worked in the healthcare field for 22 years. I had an idea, but I like to be optimistic. However, I was told surgery or medications were the options for me. So I knew that wasn't an option for me, even though it was presented to me. So I did my research. Not only did they tell me I had cysts in my breast, but they described my breast as very dense breast. I'm not sure if you're aware, but very dense breast is very high risk for breast cancer. So once I learned that, I began to further research. Well, what can I do, or what is it that can prevent one to have a lower chance of having breast cancer if you do have dense breasts like myself? So I began to research, and I saw that a high dosage of vitamin D3 can help decrease your chances of being high risk of breast cancer if you have dense breasts. That wasn't enough for me. I went to a local herbal store here in Columbia called Orion Oracle, and I spoke to one of the assistants in the store and expressed my concerns about myself, and she showed me different options in the store that I can choose from, and it was tonics. Tonics are multiple herbs that's been liquefied into God's medicine is what I calls it. So I began taking this tonic not knowing whether it was going to do what I desired it to do, or I wanted it to do. Oh yeah, and I'm passing around the tonic that I was taking during the time, along with the vitamin D3. So while taking the tonic, I was taking the vitamin D3, and I was taking this every single morning until the bottle was empty, and I went and got another bottle. So I did 3 bottles of this tonic that's being passed around. I had 2 bottles of the vitamin D3. I went to my appointment, which was earlier this year, and this was my 3rd appointment, because the 2nd appointment, it was more cysts. My 3rd appointment, I was so anxious for the results, because I've been drinking the tonics, and you need to have a very strong palate for those tonics. So my results came maybe 3 days later, and all I can do was get up and praise the Lord. Yes, my cyst shrunk, not in just one breast, but both breasts. The one that concerned me the most was my right breast. I had one that was protruding out of the breast. So when I took off my clothing, I saw this lump that was sticking out of my right breast. But as I was taking the tonic, I noticed that I was not seeing the appearance of this cyst anymore. And it just encouraged me to continue on with the tonic. And when the results came, to hear that all the cysts in both breasts shrunk, it was just mind-blowing. And all I can do was text and send my results to everybody that I felt was great in my life. They got a text message from me that I shared. But Miss Bonita, I love her so dearly, I had to come to her home and tell her my testimony, because she didn't deserve a text. She needed it from my mouth in person. I was just blown away to see the tonics, which are herbs. And that particular bottle is 55 herbs that was liquefied. Because I sat there and counted every last herb that was on the bottle, because I wanted to know how many herbs was in the bottle. I am now a pescatarian. I've been a pescatarian now almost 5 years. January coming will be 5 years. I have not eaten any meat. Some say I have because I do eat fish. But here recently, I just decided I'm not going to have any seafood any longer, because when you eat too much of it, it causes problems like gout. So now I am on a new tonic that's called lungs and liver to help detox my organs, which is the liver and the kidneys, so that this gout can go away. Because when I did my research, that's where it begins at, in the organs with the gout. So I'm working on a new tonic now. Every time something comes up, I go find a tonic. Believe it or not, in the store, there's a tonic for everything you can imagine. There's a tonic. High blood pressure, there's a tonic. Diabetes, there's a tonic. High cholesterol, and it's labeled on the bottles. There's tonics for everything. And I also want to share, while taking the tonic, even though I was focused on my breasts, I noticed I had a nodule here in my thyroid after giving birth to my daughter, and it was there for 27 years. After taking the tonic, it's gone. Confirmation from 2 different physicians to confirm it was gone. They like, it's nothing wrong with your thyroid, but when they left out of that exam room,
Yes,
I was praising the Lord once again. So yes, the tonics is our medicine. Is our medicine. And that's all I have to share. So thank you so much for your time and listening.
Thank you.